We've set up our Azure cloud environment and installed the AppLoader suite. Now we're ready to get down to business. First step, create the test scenario. We'll use the ScenarioBuilder recorder to capture our steps as we fill out and submit a brief online customer service survey. Notice we're prompted to immediately capture an anchor image, which will keep our scenario synchronized during playback. I purposely stopped recording, knowing there were a few more steps to add to our scenario, so I could demonstrate how to do so in the standard view. We'll add a transaction to measure the time it takes to submit our response. And lastly, a close application action to exit and close the browser. Notice we can play just this last step, which I'll do to reset our desktop prior to running through a full playback of the scenario. We want to make sure we've ironed out all the issues prior to sending the scenario to the AppLoader controller. So our scenario played without a hitch. Now we'll send it to the AppLoader controller and move on to the load test. The controller can be launched locally or remotely via your web browser, which is what we're doing here. The Manage Injectors screen is where we can create and start our R users. Notice the injector has registered itself automatically during installation. We're going to run a 25 user load test, so we'll start by creating 25 incremental R users. Our 25 R users are real Windows user accounts. They can be seen in the Windows Server Manager. Once created, we can start our R users. Starting R users can be a little resource intensive, so be sure to provide an adequate launch delay between each account. Here we're using 30 seconds. Once the Start R Users command is submitted, the R User Manager opens on the injector and begins showing the R User sessions as they open. Now we'll click on the Plan and Run Test button to create our test plan. This process is very straightforward as we select our injector, scenario, number of R users, etc. We'll give our test plan a name and a steady state time and save it. The execution plan can be reviewed prior to launching the test. If all systems are go, simply run the test. On the View Real-Time Results page, watch as R users go from waiting to playing. Jump over to the R User Manager to watch the R users actually executing the scenario, step by step, iteration by iteration. Maximize any session within the R User Manager to zoom in on a specific user. At the completion of the test, click the Test Analysis button to see the final results and retrieve reports. It's really just that simple. Thanks for watching.